Hi, I'm Selena, a dedicated educator with over 20 years of teaching experience. I'm here to help you feel confident and prepared for the FTCE Preschool Education Birth-Age 4 Test Code 007. One key subtopic you'll need to know is the knowledge of developmentally appropriate learning environments, an essential area for creating engaging, effective spaces that support young children's growth and learning. Let's dive in and get ready to succeed. Miss Braxton is a preschool teacher who feels overwhelmed because she is struggling to maintain control and manage student behavior in her classroom. The environment feels disorganized for both Miss Braxton and her students, and she is constantly putting out fires because of frustrated students. Which of the following is an example of why a teacher would want to establish daily classroom routines? Your choices are to create a positive and productive learning environment. Choice 2, to prepare for parent volunteers. Choice 3, to create a flexible schedule for students. Or choice 4, to help students manage their classmates' behaviors. To prepare for parent volunteers is incorrect. This might be helpful, but routines are more about supporting students and teachers daily, not just when volunteers are around. To create a flexible schedule for students is incorrect. Routines actually bring structure, not flexibility. Kids thrive when they know what to expect. To help students manage their classmates' behavior is incorrect. That's the teacher's job. Routines help prevent behavior issues so students can focus on learning. The correct answer is to create a positive and productive learning environment. To create a positive and productive learning environment helps students follow daily routines in the classroom, which helps students know what to expect and feel more comfortable in their learning environment. It also helps them manage their time and promotes responsibility and independence. Mrs. James is a preschool teacher who notices that many of her students rely on familiar methods and struggle to think outside the box when solving problems. When she asks her students why they could not think of another way to approach a problem, she realizes the students are worried she may not like them approaching a task in another way. Which of the following creative thinking barriers does this scenario exemplify? Our choices are working backwards strategy, functional fixedness, brainstorming issues, a response set. Working backwards strategy is incorrect. That's a problem-solving tool, not a barrier. Functional fixedness is incorrect. This is when a person can't see an object being used in a new way, like using a pencil for writing. Brainstorming issues. That would be trouble coming up with ideas, but these students have ideas. They're just afraid to use them. The correct answer is a response set. A response set refers to when students rely on preconceived assumptions and behaviors to tackle a problem. This type of rigidness blocks student creativity and keeps them from approaching tasks with an open mind. Miss Jo has her kindergartners help make a chart for the classroom to use throughout the year. This will be a poster-sized visual they will add and refer to that focuses on the sounds short vowels make in the words. Miss Jo will include drawings and word examples from the students. What is the specific name of this resource they are making and using? Your choices are an anchor chart, a word wall chart, a letter chart, a classroom chart. A word wall chart is incorrect. This shows lots of vocabulary words, usually organized alphabetically. A letter chart is incorrect. This shows letters and pictures to teach the alphabet, not focused on vowel sounds. A classroom chart is incorrect. It's too general. It could mean anything. Miss Jo is making something specific to support learning. The correct answer is an anchor chart. An anchor chart anchors ideas and topic objectives for student reference. It is a resource in chart form, sometimes pre-made or teacher-made, and other times co-created with the students. These can be added if needed throughout the year and are hung for students to reference. Anchor charts are effective literacy resources to have in any classroom. An early childhood teacher is observing her preschool students during center time. She notices that some children are scribbling on paper, while others are pretending to read books. She understands that these are early phases of emergent literacy and decides to organize a literacy center in the classroom through providing books with large print and encouraging students to draw and write. Which of the following best describes why it is important for early childhood teachers to understand the phases of emergent literacy? Your choices are: it can help a teacher keep their classroom environment as safe as possible. It can help teachers to better manage behavior in their classroom. It can help a teacher to understand what students are learning at each developmental stage. Or it can help a teacher assess student knowledge and skills on exams. Keeping the classroom safe is not the correct answer, although safety is important. But knowing emergent literacy stages doesn't directly relate to physical safety. Managing behavior is incorrect. Understanding literacy helps with learning, not discipline. Assess exams is incorrect. Preschoolers don't usually take formal exams, and emergent literacy is about early development, not test prep. The correct answer is: it can help a teacher understand what students are learning at each developmental stage. Understanding the phases of emergent literacy is beneficial to teachers because it can tell them what to look for in each developmental stage. An awareness of these stages can help teachers identify which teaching strategies to use with their students at a given time. Thanks for joining me as we explored the FTCE Preschool Education Birth-Age 4 Test Code 007, focusing on the subtopic knowledge of developmentally appropriate learning environments. If you're prepping for this test, I highly recommend using study.com. It offers targeted lessons, practice quizzes, and easy-to-follow explanations that make studying efficient and stress-free. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'd also love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your questions, feedback, or even just let us know how you did on the test. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Happy studying!